Hi, hello everyone. My name is Ahmad Auladi with last study number 042. Today, we're going to explore metaphors in poetry. In this lesson, we will learn what metaphors are, why poets use them, and how to analyze them in the poems we read. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to identify metaphors and understand their significance in poetry. And let's get started. The next slide. What is a metaphor? A metaphor is a figure of speech used to compare two things that are different but share some common characteristic. In a metaphor, one thing is said to be another thing without using the words like or as. For example, when we say time is a thief, we are comparing time to a thief and suggesting that time steals moments of our life. Can anyone think of another example of a metaphor? Okay, thank you. For the next is example of metaphor. One famous example of metaphor is from Shakespeare's play As You Like It, where he writes out the world a stage. In this metaphor, Shakespeare compares the world to a stage, suggesting that life is a performance and we are an actor playing different roles throughout our life. This metaphor helps us understand that our actions in life are part of bigger drama. What do you think Shakespeare is trying to tell us with this metaphor? Okay, for the next, why are metaphors important in poetry? Metaphors are an essential part of poetry because they help convey complex ideas and emotion in a simple yet powerful way. Poets use metaphor to express their thoughts creatively, allowing readers to see the world differently. For example, instead of directly saying something is sad, a poet might say it's a stormy sea, which creates a more vivid and emotional image. Can you think of a metaphor that makes an abstract idea like love or fear easier to understand, guys? Okay, thank you. And for the next slide is analyzing a poem by Emily Dickinson. Here's a famous line from Emily Dickinson's poem. Hope is the thing with feathers that pierce in the soul. In this metaphor, Dickinson compares hope to a bird, which suggests that hope is something light, free, and capable of taking flight. It's something that stays with us, perching in our souls, no matter circumstance. The bird in the metaphor also implies that hope can soar high just like a bird in the sky. Now, how do you think this metaphor help us understand hope? And what does the image of bird suggest about hope? Thinking about it. The next is analyzing a poem together. In this slide, display a poem, and the poem is the sun is a golden coin that shines across the sky, spreading light to all below as the clouds drift by. Okay, let's analyze this poem together. First, I want you to look closely at the first line. The sun is a golden coin. Here, the poet compares the sun to a golden coin. This is a metaphor because the sun is being described as being a coin, not just like a coin. The metaphor suggests that the sun has value and brilliance much like a coin, and it shines brightly in the sky. Okay? What does the comparison tell us about the sun? Why would the poet choose to compare it to a coin? Okay, we go to the in the second line that shines across the sky. We understand that the coin sign is symbolic of the sun's bright light. The image of a golden coin emphasizes the sun's precious and radiant nature. Next, let's look at the third line, spreading light to all below. This line expands the metaphor, suggesting that the sun's like a coin being spent or given away. Spread its light generously to the world. What effect does the comparison have on how we view the sun's role in our life? Does it change the way you think about the sun? Okay, and finally, the last line. As the clouds drift by, ties the metaphor to a scene in nature. The poet used the movement of the clouds to show the sun's constant sign and influence, even when things in the sky change. So, in summary, the metaphor of the sun being a golden coin help us see the sun as something valuable, bright, and life-giving. The poet used this metaphor to enhance the imagery of the sun in the poem. Can anyone think of another metaphor or example that might describe the sun in a different way? Okay, thank you. Now that we understand metaphors better, it's time for you to create your own poem. For your assignment, I want you to write a poem that includes at least one metaphor. Think about an idea or feeling you want to express and choose a metaphor that will help you convey it more vividly. Once you finish writing your poem, upload it to Google Classroom. I've already created an assignment titled Metaphor Poem Assignment. You can submit your work there and be creative and have fun with it. If you need help, feel free to ask me during or after class. Okay, for the last fantastic job today, everyone, you've learned how metaphors help convey deeper meanings in poetry. Remember, poets use metaphor to make their writing more expressive and engaging. Keep practicing your analysis skills and so on you'll be able to uncover the hidden meaning in any poem you read. I'm looking forward to reading your poems on Google Classroom and thank you for your attention and I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you.